I gave a little small introduction of who I am. That's so you didn't miss a lot. I'm just a trainer. I'm a trainer. I train coaches in Flanders. Even hallo aan alle Vlaamse mensen die meeluisteren. Ik zal af en toe misschien iets kleins in het Nederlands zeggen. I will tell sometimes a little bit in Dutch for my Dutch friends in the room. So I coach trainers and coaches. I coach coaches and who work in several projects and also in projects about food. And they work with people and they try to lift the people up while working. They try to make people's life a little bit better by working on food, or anything else. So that's my background. And we often come up with people who have other ideas than us. And I thought it would be very interesting to talk a little bit about convincing, because I can say already convincing doesn't work, and I'll try to explain to you how. But at first, I have a little small video. If Esme could start up the video, not yet. I just want to say, you have a little thing to do. Now watch the video and try to say in the chat and which direction the spinning dancer turns. It's either left or either right. So I'm really wonder what your answer is gonna be. Esme, you can start the video.
I'm trying and it's not working.
It's not what?
I'm wondering if, let's try it this way.
It worked before, so it has a curse on this presentation.
Inge, I can't find a way to get it to work.
Okay.
It worked earlier when I tested it.
I can tell what's gone, because we don't have much time to spare. So now if you would look at the video, you will see the dancer turning. And it's very special is some people just see the dancer turning on the left side clockwise, and other people see the dancer turning in the other way around. And if I ask you and you see the dancer turning clockwise, and I said to you, no, the dancer turns the other way around, you probably would not believe it. Why not? Because you saw it. You saw it with your own eyes. And that's how it goes. We see things with our eyes, we hear things with our ears, and that's for us our reality. That's the truth for us. But the problem is that everybody sees other things. Everybody hears other things. Although we're looking at the same object, but the way it gets into our heads, into our brains, is differently. So the meaning we give on it is also differently. And that's a little bit tough. That's a little bit tough, because if we want to work together with people and we see things differently, we have different opinions, we all have different views on how the world works, on how what the truth in our lives is, then it's be quite different to get along sometimes. You can pop up the next slide, Esme. So that's what you try and see. And then it's no use it's no use to try to convince you. I think it wouldn't work if I convince you that the dancer turns left while you're seeing the dancer turning right, does it? I think it's very difficult because you saw it with your eyes. So why doesn't convincing doesn't work? I have 3 topics for you. At first, I would like to tell you something about how our brain doesn't like changes. Our brain hates it when there are changes coming up. That's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to tell you the reason why convincing doesn't work is because we always seek recognition. At any time in our lives, small children does it, but even elderly people does it. We seek for recognition. And the third part is we want to be in charge of things. So these 3 things are mainly the basic reasons why convincing doesn't work. And I'm really happy to explain it a little bit more. So, Esme, you can make the second slide. So our brain doesn't like changes. A little example. Imagine you are in your home and you have nothing to do, but your house is a mess. Sound this really familiar to all of you? So your house is a mess and you decide to clean everything up. You clean everything up. You work for 3-4 hours. You clean the house from A till Z. And after hours of working, you sit in a chair or in the sofa, you lean back and you look at your house and you see everything is ordered, everything is perfectly clean. What kind of feeling does it give to you? Probably you're feeling good because you have an ordered and cleaned house and everything has a place and everything is all right. You probably feel really at ease. But then the door gets open and a teenager runs through your house for 3 minutes. He runs through your house, leaves, and after 3 minutes, you look at your house and it's a mess again. How do you feel? Probably, I would feel a little bit stressed. Maybe I will freak out, but probably you feel a little bit stressed. You feel tired because everything is different and everything has been set upside down. That's exactly what happens in your brain if you need to go through changes. So if we need to change the lifestyle of our people who we're working with, their food health, the way they eat, at first it's really messy in the head, those people. So I think it's really important to recognize it or see this, how difficult it is for a brain to go to some changes. It takes lots of effort and it causes lots of stress. Otherwise, routines make things easy. Things we do every time on the same day make things and life much more easy. Now you can go pop up to the next slide, Esme. So what happens? We have something we need to change. We're drinking cola every day for 2 liters cola every day, but that works for us. That's fine, and we need to change that. You want to change with people. You want to tell them you should drink some water instead of all the cola. So we try to end a pattern. We trying to end one situation, and which, in fact, the person feels quite comfortable because they don't have much problems with it. We as coaches see something we want to change, but we want to end all one thing. We must realize that the person, if we want to go to a new level, to a new balance, a new beginning, the person really goes through a difficult period, which can be chaos. He feels uncomfortable, and that's all. But afterwards, the person will start feeling better again. So there is hope. So that means we shouldn't give up on things, but we should realize that it's very difficult for a person to make changes, to do things in an other way. Sorry, I sometimes searching for words. All right, so why doesn't work? Because simply our brain doesn't like changes. And the second, we seek for recognition, and that's very important. We want we want others to see us for who we are, with our own values, with our own good intentions, with our own emotions, and with our own beliefs. So it's very natural that we don't like it if you say you should stop doing this and you should eat more healthier. I don't want to be said that because I am who I am, and I want you to accept who I am. That's a feeling we all have, and it's very deep in our minds, that. So in fact, we don't want others to want us to change. Perhaps I want to change, but I don't want you to tell me what to do. because I'm an adult, because I want to make my own decisions. And I want you to accept me for who I am. That's something very, very important. And lots of coaches forget about this. And they have really good intentions by learning people this, or to have a new lifestyle, to eat better. And it's very important we do that, but we do have to realize if we want to make a change with people, we just need to start with the recognition of the other. We need to start with seeing who this man or woman is, and to saying it's okay, you're doing fine. And from that recognition, we can go on and with people and do and make changes. So we have our brain who doesn't like changes. We have the thing that we always seek for recognition, and then on the other way, and the last thing is we want to be in charge. We want to be in charge. We want to take decisions of our own. Why is that? I think it's important to realize. Yeah, I think it's important. Someone says in the chat, let them adapt slowly. I think that's very true. And Esme, when I'm ready, Esme will go through some things what does work. I'm not telling about why you don't have to, why convincing doesn't work, but there are things that does work. We want to control because we are a mammal. We are animals. In fact, we are animals, and we have in our genes the need to survive. We want to survive, and we want to reproduce ourselves. So in order to survive, we need safety. And in order to find safety, we need to get control over things, control our environment. In order to reproduce, we need to compete with others. So these are very fundamental needs who are in the heart, in the genes of everyone. What makes that every single person needs to control themselves, needs to control things in their lives. And so that's mainly the reason why people always get a little excited or a little stressed when other people want to tell them what to do. They need to decide it for themselves what to do. I want to decide if I will eat more healthier. No one else needs to make that decision for me. That's very important to realize that. So you can go on the next slides. The next slide is on part of you. I just want to give a small resume what doesn't work, why convincing doesn't work. I think that 3 things need to realize that the brain doesn't work like that easy. So we need to give people time, and we need to be patient for them. And Esme will go on to tell us what does work.